Mrs. Johnson.
Please just read what the legal thing, since you don't have your lawyer here. I'm trying to help you.
Okay, and I'm trying
Would
to
you
help
please?
all of the board.
Yes, and
conduct
all
a
I asked you,
normal meeting.
all I asked you to do was noted in the minutes as required by law. That's it. This did not need to get to this. I asked you to put in the minutes. Instead, you interrupt me. Even Christopher, whatever his name was, agreed that when he tried to interrupt me the first time I did a Sunshine Act challenge and told me it had to be during public comment, your own lawyer told you he could not interrupt my challenge, that it had to be allowed to make my challenge and noted in the minutes. That's all I'm asking you to do. You don't have your lawyer here. I'm trying to help you, Mr. Mitzel.
I understand what you're saying.
And instead you're violating my rights over and over again. Please, just read this. I emailed it to you.
I will read it, but what I'm suggesting to you, Mrs. Johnson, is this. Our attorney is not here. If it's supposed to be in the meeting
But I've
minutes,
advised you before.
you could email that information as well.
I didn't see the draft
You didn't
minutes.
need.
I didn't see the draft minutes, and you interrupted my challenge.
I sat here and listened to everything that you say. I'm just asking.
You interrupted my challenge, which is illegal to do. You're not allowed to interrupt my challenge.
I understand what you're saying. I acknowledge what you are
Did you
telling me.
interrupt my Sunshine Act challenge?
What I heard you say was that I interrupted your Sunshine Challenge. That's what I heard you say.
Yes, you did.
I acknowledge that I heard you say that.
Okay.
What I'm asking you for at this moment in time is to simply allow me to finish so that I can complete my thought that I began
And I
sharing
tried
with
to
you.
allow you, I said, as soon as you complete your thought, please let me finish my Sunshine Act challenge, and you did not allow me. I gave you the time to complete your statement,
I
and you
think we're
chose not
speaking
to.
about two different things.
No, you chose. I said, please allow me
I'm
to complete my Sunshine Act challenge, and you did not. Because you said it wasn't during public comment. It doesn't matter if it's during public comment. All I asked you to do was allow me to complete my statement, and you kept speaking over me, even though I gave you the opportunity to finish your incorrect reasoning.
I'm simply trying to talk to you about what just transpired.
I am too.
A few seconds ago while you were here at the table.
Yeah.
I had something to be able to share with you and speak with you about. And now, because you've interrupted me, I've lost my train of thought, and I can't share that with you.
Okay.
So if you email it to me, I will review it by email. I don't want to be considered touching or doing something to your,
Okay, great.
to your device.
I sent you the same thing,
Thank
so
you.
please, check your email, because it
Thank you.
has the legal
will.
laws
I will.
that Christopher also reminded you of last time Mr. Thompson tried to interrupt my challenge.
I will check my email.
So there's prior precedent that you are, and why I've suggested very strongly multiple times that you guys need training on the Sunshine Act and Right to Know Law Acts, because you are violating them over and over again, and you've been warned about it. And now there will be legal obligations for that will come at the taxpayer's expense because you refuse to follow the law, even though you are aware of it. And frankly, it should be your personal liability, Dr. Mitzel and Mr. Thompson, because you are aware of the laws and you continue to violate them.
There's two problems with your life if you're on the phone. One, I adjourned the meeting from executive session, so you can't make a Sunshine Act at
No,
the session.
I'm talking about.
In the session,
Okay.
let me finish.
Sure.
Once the session was in session, so you could not make a violation of Sunshine Act if we're not in session. Two, you also made a statement
I can make
that.
it any time.
Right, but we weren't in session.
I can make a challenge at any
Right,
time.
but we're not in session, so it wouldn't stand.
Yes, it
Secondly,
would. At any time I can, within 30 days.
you can make an obsession, but if we're not in session, it can't go in the minute notes if we weren't part of the meeting. Now, you also said you weren't aware of you weren't privy to the notes. All those notes were made available on Friday, well in advance,
No.
because you asked. So
No,
you were.
no,
No.
No.
Red links.
Red links?
Red links. Thank you.
I thought that they were.
No, we don't
Nope.
give them blue links until they're
Red
public.
And like I shared
So I
tonight.
apologize for that, because I could have sworn we allowed the minute notes from prior meetings.
No, not until they're board approved, and then we upload them.
Okay.
And please let me clarify that the
But-
challenge I was making tonight, not the previous
Okay.
challenge.
And
Okay.
Or one thing also, this is not your meeting, this is our meeting.
I know.
So
And I also have
you
rights.
violated my rights to
You
have a meeting.
violated my rights.
You violated my rights to have a meeting. When it was your turn,
talking, I
when
won't
it's your turn to
finish.
speak, you have a public comment time to
Nope.
speak. That is your time to make, the only comment, because you even made a comment to us in a letter recently that we're out there speaking. And I've addressed the board members to stop speaking in public when they're not supposed to be, including, and up to and including myself. So when we're holding meetings, it's the people up here. If you would like to make comments, and you may make one comment like, you violated the Sunshine Act or law, and I get that one, and that's all that you, comment that you should be able to make. Your snickering and your other comments should not be made. After that, you don't have it.
Okay, let me finish my comment about I was the second challenge tonight, to be clear. I'm not speaking on my previous challenge. I was making a separate challenge tonight. The PA, section 710.1C of the Sunshine Act forbids anyone attending a public meeting to object to a perceived violation at any time during the meeting. This is what you were called out for before and what you're being called out for tonight.
Did you notice
Mr.
it?
Thompson, you're interrupting me. Did I sit quietly and let you finish your thought, please? Additionally, I can and will challenge through the Commonwealth Court if I have to, because you keep doing this. And it shouldn't come to this. It shouldn't come to the taxpayers paying for you violating the Sunshine Act.
Mrs. Johnson, may I just share with you, it may be semantics with this. This is a meeting of the school board of directors taking place in public. It is not a public meeting where all are welcome to provide input.
This is not a public
at any-
meeting.
That's ridiculous.
Let me,
At any
I'm asking
point
for
in
clarification.
time. It is open to the public.
It's a
in
public
accord-
meeting.
It is not a public meeting. It is a
Absolutely it
meeting
is.
Of the board of
Oh, my Lord.
directors.
It is a
taking-
public.
Excuse me,
Okay. You're
taking
funny.
place in the public.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you wanna get sued.
Yep.
It's that easy.
I would say, Mrs.
You're not very
Johnson,
smart.
that you've made your point here.
I am not attending a public meeting.
I have taken your information
That'll be on film.
and I will review it with our solicitor.
Yeah, he's already reviewed it once and agreed with me.
I will review it with the solicitor. Thank you, and if he does, he'll do a second
Yeah.
time.
Again,
Thank
at
you.
my taxpayer
Thank you.
money. You were wrong. Over and over again, you were wrong.